I'm not showing that I'm live.
You got trolled.
I didn't get trolled. I had 2 people tell me.
Your phone got hacked. Oh, you just started, my guy.
Now I did.
There you go.
But where's everyone in these other
It's been
chats?
streaming for like 50 minutes now.
Let me see.
No, it hasn't. Stop, Aqua. Maybe it's like you went live inside of the thing. I told you not to do it, you chicken. They play you just. Oh, you just started it again.
Is it showing that I'm live somewhere else? That's so weird. What's going on? Yeah, I got people sending me messages saying that I'm live. Oh, Boomer's letting me know. Thanks, Boomer. That's so weird. What's going on? Yeah, I got people sending me. Turn that shit down. Messages saying that I'm live.
What did you just say to me?
Turn that down. All right. Well, I just wanted to vent, and then I decided against it. But apparently, YouTube decided for me just to go ahead and talk about it. So, I believe it was last winter, there was a hit and run. I was able to stop my car before hitting the car in front of me, which slammed on their brakes. But the car behind me slid on the snow and hit me. We both got out of our car. Somehow they got around me, and they were about 500 feet up. And we both got out of our cars to inspect the damage. And it wasn't that bad. But there's like 4 people in the car that all got out of the car in front of me. And then they came back and they all jumped in their car and just took off. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I jumped in my car and I started chasing them. But with the bad roads, bad tires, no traction control and all that, I couldn't keep up. And they made it through a light. So that sets up for this story. So with this story, today I'm driving with my son to the grocery store, and this car, there's like a truck, I'm on a 4-lane regular just city road, 35 mile an hour speed limit. And there's a truck with its hazards on, you know, I don't know if it's doing lawn maintenance or whatever, just, you know, just sitting there. So we're in the left lane. Then I'm trying to get into the right lane because the grocery store is in the right lane. And right as I start to swerve into the right lane, I see a utility truck stopped also. So instead of going completely into the right lane, I swerve right back into the lane I was in. I didn't cut no one off. There was, you know, there was no one in my mirror that close to me. But as I'm driving now, this person behind me starts riding my ass. Then, like a, I don't know, road rage type person, they dart to the right side of me and floor it. And I'm like, I'm not slowing down, you know, wait your freaking turn. So we're driving up on the, you know, and the truck's coming up. And like, I'm just like holding on to the steering wheel. I got my son in the passenger car, or in the passenger seat. And, you know, she's not slowing down. I didn't know if it was a he or she at the time. So instead of plowing into the back of the truck, she tries to squeeze over. She hits my front fender. My car spins around like in a U-turn in the oncoming traffic. Luckily, there was a red light, so there was no traffic coming. And this person just keeps driving. I'm like, oh, we are not doing another hit and run. because the last time there was a hit and run, I just had to deal with the damage, and they got away. So, my son's a little shaken, after spinning around like that, and I just took off. I corrected out of the thing, and I chased her ass. And she turned. I thought she was trying to evade me. Again, I didn't know it was a woman at the time. I had no idea who I was following. And then they pull into an apartment complex, and I stopped my car. I didn't want to get too close in case they were going to, pull out a gun or something. And, and I got my son with me. So, right after I corrected my car, I told my son, I'm like, call 911. So I'm on the phone with the police, giving them description. It felt like it took 15 minutes. Wouldn't you say it took about 15 minutes for them to finally get there? I'm like, I don't want to go any closer to this person in case they got a gun or something. And then, so the woman gets out of her car. And then 4 or 5 little school-age kids with frickin' backpacks on start all jumping out of the car as well. I'm like, I can't believe you're frickin' driving like that with a little, with these little kids in the car. So finally the cop shows up, and, we're sitting in the car waiting for him to come back and everything. She said some make-believe story. Then they came back to me, got my story, and he said, my story is consistent with the damage done with both vehicles. Hers is not. So, but, I don't know how to put this. Basically, they just said, I'm like, are you going to do anything about the hit and run? And the cop's like, no. She has a suspended license. So I'm just going to write her a ticket for a suspended license. I'm like, I didn't say this to the cop because I didn't feel like getting tased or beat down or anything. But I'm like, are you freaking serious? So there's this woman driving with a suspended license who gets into a hit and run while on a suspended license, and you're not even going to punish her. If I wouldn't have chased her, she would have got away. If there would have been a freaking dump truck or a semi or something coming, she would have gotten away. And it just, it pisses me off because this is the second time that there's been a hit and run in the past year with me, and there's nothing I could have done. So I could make a police report, but she has a suspended license. Why would she have car insurance? So who's going to pay for the freaking damage to my car now? Like I said, I wanted to vent. I decided against it, but apparently they posted it to YouTube anyway. I wasn't going to come on, and I'm in Cleveland. So that's what happened. And man, I felt like freaking Liam Neeson or something, man. The way I just corrected the car and started chasing after, and everything. I'm like, this is not happening again. I am not doing another hit and run. And, my car ends up screwed up and they just get away scot-free. Well, and the cop said, I would have given her hit and run if she would have ran into her apartment and I would have pounded on the door and she wouldn't have answered. I don't know. I'm thinking if the police officer's son or daughter or mother or father or whoever was in a hit skip, I'm sure that they would have charged that person for a hit skip. It really pisses me off. I'm really upset. I didn't even go to the grocery store. I said, forget it. My adrenaline's too high. I don't want to have a panic attack in the middle of the grocery store once all my senses come back from, from fight mode to flight mode or whatever it would be. So, yeah, that's what happened today. And thanks to Boomer for letting me know that the other and Boomer's here. He says, I don't know how it's doing it, but the other live feed is still on YouTube. I'll try to go to my account. Yeah, we're fine. Everyone's fine. As far as the impact of the car, it just kind of felt like a fishtail. Like you heard the bang. I thought the damage would be a lot worse, but it's not. Car's still drivable, just a little uglier, but it's 14 years old, so whatever. Stop it, you two! Throw my pop at you. So, I did have plans on streaming some Golf Clash today, but I'm just pissed off. I don't know if I could, like, host it or whatever, so... No, we were in the middle of the street, so there was no surveillance cameras. The only evidence that something did happen there, when we were driving home, I took the same way back home, and I saw where my car fishtailed into the other lane. There's like 2 really dark tire marks doing like a U-turn over the yellow lane from, one left lane to the oncoming traffic left lane. So, yeah, dash cams aren't really big here in, I don't know if it's the United States or at least in Cleveland, but yeah, everyone's fine. My wife wants us to go to the hospital just to be sure in case, we feel like we got beat up the next day or whatever, but who's going to pay for that, We both feel fine. My son was kind of tense and everything. I did not want to let another hit and run happen. 2 in a year is just too much. But I highly doubt this lady's got insurance. So why would you carry insurance with a suspended license? Yeah, I didn't know dash cams. I don't know. I'll get a dash cam maybe or something. If it's a thing. Because hit and runs are very, very common in this area. Takes forever to get a cop out here. I even told them, I'm like, I don't know if they're going to start shooting at my car. I was saying this to the 911 operator. And, they're just like, oh, okay, well, what part of, X Street did you say you were on? I'm like, are you freaking kidding? I don't know. Anyway, at this point, I'm just going to keep repeating myself. So I'll probably see you guys tomorrow for Friendly Friday. A little inside secret, though. I did talk to Jesse, and to my knowledge, he is doing his Thirsty Thursday, so definitely check him out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow or in Jesse's stream later. So that's why the other stream was on, and I'm going to try to find out why that stream was on and turn it off. And I'm probably going to delete this too. For the few people that were in the other stream with that title, I figured I would tell you guys what happened. Yeah, we're okay. Thank you guys so much for that. I would love a lawsuit, but I mean, if I take this woman to small claims court, I don't have money for that, I mean, we're probably just as poor as one another. It just pisses me off that the cop made the decision for me that we're not going to do a hit skip. Yeah, we're not going to do that because she didn't run into her apartment. We could have been Final Destination style if there was the wrong, if a semi was coming, cement truck, with the big things on the back, all that, we would have been dead. We would have been flattened like pancakes. Thank God there was a red light, so there wasn't other traffic coming at the moment. But that's messed up. I hate this city. And that's another thing. There was a thing just the other day. I got into a fight with a bunch of residents on Facebook over something else, and these people are so patriotic for the city of Cleveland, and it's like, Cleveland can make you wait in line for like 3 hours to make you vote, and these people are like, oh, you should just be happy. Freedom isn't free, and all this other shit. And I'm just thinking to myself, do you hear yourself? We're not firing off frickin' AK-47s to go vote. If you want higher voter turnout, stop closing polling locations and making people go to more crowded... I don't know. I hate this city. I want out. But agoraphobia is going to keep me here. Anyway, take care, guys. I'm out. Have a great night.